right, you got the ice with it. A conversation with me will change your life. Your wife wants the pipe, and when I hit, you feel a slight difference. In her box, my cock's bigger, I'm hot nigga. She don't rock with you, she got with you for dough. Your hoes a thought, if you fuck around, I'll take your mom, kiss her, fuck her, then I'm taking your hot sister. Your girl, not a side girl. Your girl, not a side girl. Your girl, not a side girl. You shit that chick up in my world. You cuff that bitch, I'ma fuck that bitch. You in love that chick, will suck that dick. That slut will kick you out your house, man, fuck your couch. I'm Rick James, bitch, I'll take your bitch and fuck her mouth, nigga. You bitchin' cause I'm smashing your hoe, you so passionate though. You would laugh for her to go on the trip, now you trippin' because I got her ass, you acting vaginal, bro. I'll give her back, blow her back out, then go. Nigga, act like you know. Sharing is caring, nigga, I dare a nigga to swear that niggas can get to his chick. I put fear in niggas, they scared this nigga will take the girl and make her my bitch. You the type to die for a slut, you lie just to fuck. You like to get drunk and high just to get the courage to say hi, you a punk. You want to get some ass, but then you act like a monk. She's stringing you along, it's going on like a month. You spending all this dough, she still ain't touching your junk. She taking off her panties and you smelling the funk. You say you hate it, but you ate it even though that it stunk. Nasty ass nigga. Your girl, not a side girl. Your girl, not a side girl. Your girl, not a side girl. You shit that chick up in my world. I'ma keep fucking your lady. My pull-out game's amazing, we ain't having a baby. You bitchin' moaning and crying, complaining, acting crazy because I'm fucking your girl, you punk ass, you pay me. Get cash to smash your whack ass chick. You too stupid to realize I'm teaching your whack ass shit. All up in your feelings, you feeling all attached and it's making you go crazy. And maybe if you had that shit we call game, you know you can't control no hoe. No matter if she's bad or right or just so-so. You trying to control that bitch, that's a no-no. You worried about other niggas, that's so homo. Pause. Niggas wanna be so romantic, but they chick be all up on another man's dick. I be on that man shit, they be acting manic. I don't think these guys know what a man is. Y'all thinking you're out here winning with your money and status, you're thinking you're rich. But how you see yourself as a winner if I could ruin your day by smashing your bitch? Yo. What's poppin'? What's good, what's good?
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good, how are you doing?
We about to go in. Let me pull this. No, I'm gonna keep it there. I just gotta speak loud because my voice travels.
You can move it.
Nah, because it's gonna be in your face. I don't want it to be in your face. So move a little bit that way. Yeah, just keep it like that. I'm good. They can hear me.
Yeah.
Fuck it. There we go. All right. Cool. So what's popping, people? What's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. April MC is in the building. What's going on, people? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Red Pill, Bav, Monogamous Player, Iceberg S, Doughboy, Midwest Leedy was good. Joe Blast is in the building. April MC is, of course, in the building. Iceberg S. Who else we got up in here? Thomas Blake.
We're a Giga Tyrone and a Giga Stacy.
That's hilarious.
Fulfilling our duties today.
Shout out to Steve O Baby. What's going on? Duke Alex in the building.
Okay.
AT is in the chat. What's going on? So we're gonna do a real quick show today. It might not be too long. Hopefully, we're trying to keep this under an hour. You know what I'm saying?
Can I just address Steve O Baby?
What are you talking about?
Steve O Baby.
What are you talking about?
We appreciate the fact that you would like to come into the chat. Mm-hmm. However, his name is Locario. Locario. Every day he writes Lucario. I'm like,
Steve O, you gotta learn how to spell, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I'm clearly not silently correcting grammar today. Right. It's out loud because it drives me nuts, and I've mentioned it. So, anyways.
So, guys, today, happy 4th of July to everybody.
Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July.
What are you doing for fireworks tonight?
We're gonna go out, watch some fireworks. You know what I'm saying? Get it cracking.
Eat some stuff. Drink some stuff.
Oh yeah, eat some food and all that other good shit. You feel what I'm saying? So today's show. This is just a
very funny iceberg.
Just a fun show. We're going to talk about some Simps on TikTok and Instagram because I've been, and shout out to everybody who be sending me videos, man. I appreciate y'all sending me videos in the DMs. If you follow me on Instagram at Real Mr. Locario, please send me any videos of simping dudes, tricking dudes, who got weak ass game, so we could really dissect this and make it happen. April MC. Exactly. Oh yeah, exactly. Or hit up April, but April will be trying to act antisocial. You know what I'm saying? She's like, I don't want nobody hitting me up. Social enough. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and before I forget, guys, remember the Bad Boy membership program, 8 ways to test a woman's sexual interest in you, is out right now.
Yes. You guys got to get on the Bad Boy membership now because prices are going up.
That's facts.
I've been trying to convince this man for a year to raise the prices because the value is invaluable.
I know. And I was like, man, listen, I want this is what I want as many of you guys to get on there as soon as possible. The price is going up early next year. So make sure if you're on the price now that it is, which is $97, you'll be on the $97 price forever. You know what I'm saying? You won't have to get on the price that it's on, when it gets raised and shit, right? So now what we're going to do is this, man. I'm going to show some videos. Some of them, the first one actually just is like a thing I got off of Instagram, and other ones are TikTok. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the screen, and this one has Angela Yee in it, and she's talking to these guys. I think they're from this company called Earn Your Leisure or some shit. You feel what I'm saying? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna comment on what they're saying in this video. You feel what I'm saying? So let's let me make sure I got the volume on, and let's get it. Let's go.
On a first date, how much money should you spend? On average.
Well, you go on a dinner. First date for me is like a dinner. Mm-hmm. So we going to STK, something like that.
You got money.
So
we have the financial literacy.
So yeah, drinks and stuff like that. So I think like 500, 300.
Wow. Okay, that's average. Now, what if she is like ordering shots of 1942?
Yeah, let's keep it going.
It's fine. Okay. Nice vibes.
Nice vibes. You can't kill the vibes.
Okay.
So you got to keep the vibes going.
Now, what if she's like, oh, some of my friends are around too, they're going to stop by. Do you pay for everybody?
Yeah.
Sure. Nice. Vibes. Yeah, that's nice.
There's no limit. There is no limit, right? Like, as long as you're having a good time.
Yeah. There's no limit on the vibes. I like
Women can't pay for anything around me.
Okay. Nice. Well, who wants to go shopping? I'm just saying.
Angela, she done
at 4, so
she ain't with us before. You never pay for it.
We're not allowed.
Listen, that's how Angela treats us. So whenever we go out to eat with Angela, she always pays for us. She like never shot on a.
Now let me stop that real quick. Hold
Disastrous.
On. Let me
on
stop
so
that.
many levels.
Hold on. Let me hit the button. Terrible. So there was so much shit happening in that one that it was just like I was flabbergasted. I couldn't even believe it, And what I was doing was I was looking at the comments under that video, and the dude was commenting. He's like, "Oh, well, I got it like that, so it don't even make a difference," and yada yada yada. And then the thing that he said that was simping though is he said, "Women don't pay for shit around me," right? He didn't say people who are my close friends. He didn't say people that I care about. He didn't say people that actually do things for me. He didn't say there's an even exchange of value there. He basically said, if women, right, are, there, they get everything they want. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's where a lot of the simping goes from. Because when you start to do shit for women just because they are women, that's where simping is. So what's your thoughts on that, April? Because I know, some guys, they'll do all that shit. He's like, I'm going to take them to, what did he say, STL?
STK.
STK. See, I don't know all that cool shit. You know what I'm saying?
So STK is quite expensive.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a good vibe. I'm not going to lie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for me, I don't do dinners on a first date because I don't care where you take me or how cool the vibe is. If I don't like you and I don't want to spend my time with you,
mm-hmm.
I don't want to be committed to a whole dinner. So,
right.
I just think that's crazy. And then shots of 1942. And if her girlfriends show up,
mm-hmm.
That's just ridiculous. And I think it's for show. I'd be shocked.
Of course. I feel like he's saying it to stunt, but hopefully he wouldn't be doing that for real. But the thing is, a lot of guys would be. That's how crazy the simping is.
No, for sure. I mean, I think you guys have to understand, like, people say things for the shock value, if you will, or how they think people should be behaving or whatever. It doesn't mean that they actually do behave like that, or that they'd really be open to, you know, to all the things that they're saying they are.
Right. And so the thing is, see, the difference between him taking Angela Yee out for lunch or whatever is you know, that's business. So she said first date. So if he's not on a date with her, that's different. So if y'all was doing like some type of business shit, that's different than actually taking a woman on a date and spending all that money. See,
the business thing you're writing off.
Right, exactly.
And so you're good.
Exactly.
But you know, the date, I mean, potentially if you got a really good CPA, you can write it off.
But see, that's the thing. A lot of these guys out here, they do shit just because she's the woman. So basically what simping means, for those who don't know, because people are like, what is simping? Everything is simping. No, simping is when you're going out of your way, bending over backwards, doing extra shit for women, right? So now he literally said, when women are out with me, they don't spend anything.
Yep.
So he specified women, which means he's simping. Because if he said, you know, when anybody is out with me, they don't spend shit. That's one thing. Because then that would be like, okay, well, I do this because I do this.
Right.
But now he's like, I'm specifying she just has to have a vagina. You understand? She just has to be a woman, and I'm going to do all this stuff.
Right.
So I want you guys to understand, like, you know, the differences when it comes to, you know, a guy actually doing shit because he wants to do it, and that's just him, and versus him simping. And so there's a thin line sometimes. So guys don't even realize. Let's move on to the next joint. You got some more stuff.
Can I just say, Ninja Genetics, you only ask your question once. Don't keep writing the same question over and over again.
Yeah, we'll put it in the joint. If you let me see what his thing is. I'll put it in the back, and then we'll get to your question after. You feel what I'm saying?
So we need to mute the mic when we turn on the video.
Yeah, but right now we got videos that's from that I put into the dashboard, so we good. Okay. All right, so this next one is from all the rest of these from TikTok. And this is just random shit that I ran across, and it just made me almost throw up. I was like, "What the fuck is this? This is terrible." You understand what I'm saying? But let's look at this one. This is a quick one. Let's go.
When a man loves a woman, she becomes his weakness. When a woman truly loves a man, he becomes her strength. That is called an exchange of power.
Oh my God.
I would actually say it's the opposite.
This is crazy.
Because I think when a woman loves a man, that is her weakness. Like,
right.
I've seen people call out of work because they're so distressed about problems with their boyfriend and, you know, he broke up with me or whatever. Like,
right.
I think it's actually the opposite.
Because the thing that doesn't make sense is, how is the guy going to be her strength if he's being weak?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you can't be a woman's strength if you feel weak around her, meaning that she makes you feel weak. You're not really in your masculine essence. You're not in that vibe, that zone. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what happens is that a lot of dudes, what they do is they think that, you know, being with a woman and treating her right and just being, you know, on point, right? That means that you have to kowtow to women. That means you have to fucking, you know, basically like kiss her ass and do all that other crazy shit. What's funny about this video, right, is he's basically saying that, you know, you being that weak dude is going to make her feel strong. Now, but the funny part is that he's actually half right. Because what happens is that if you're being weak, then a woman might end up dominating you. So your weakness is causing her.
Sexy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, your weakness is causing her to be strong because you're weak in the situation, which is why she's going to act dominant over you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So let's go to this next video.
And that's why they need the bad boy membership.
Exactly.
Or private coaching.
Yes.
Like all of it, right?
Yes, that's facts. That's real shit. So let's move on to this next video. Let's see what this guy is saying.
The man who's truly in love with you, unless he has really gained the wisdom and understanding of how to love in his masculine, he is going to be more sensitive, more cautious. You could use the words more fragile. He may have a harder time managing his emotions. He may be more antsy and anxious, more nervous, more insecure. All of these things can start to come out when the man's really into a woman.
There's levels to this simping shit. You understand what I'm saying? So the fact that he's like, man, he's nervous, he's anxious, right? He's putting the woman above him. So he does not become that strong masculine leader. Now, I do agree with what he said at the beginning where he was like, a guy has to know how to love a woman in a masculine way. I definitely agree with that. But the problem is that what he's saying about the other guys, those guys are simping. You understand what I'm saying? Those dudes, what happens is that they put the woman on a pedestal, which is why they're anxious and nervous. You see what I'm saying? Like listen, guys, whenever you put a woman on a pedestal, right? You're looking up at her and she's looking down at you. You see what I'm saying?
And all I have to say is it's a very far fall if she fucks up.
Right.
Because I was in that situation where like something happened and this guy had me way up here and I did something that disappointed him and it was a really far fall and like the situation was never the same again.
That's how it goes. So guys, I don't want you to be out here simping and going crazy out here. You know what I'm saying? So he says, so if that woman does happen to feel stronger than the guy and dominate him, will that make her resent and lose respect for him? Of course. Absolutely. Yep.
Here's the thing. It's like women will say that that's what they want, but then when they have that, that's actually not what they want. And we're watching a show right now that really proves that. We'll talk about it. That's probably going to be a whole nother video, I feel like. But
what's the name of it again? So they could start watching this.
The One That Got Away. It's on Amazon Prime.
Right.
If you haven't seen it, it's actually really kind of funny, mindless reality TV.
Right.
But there's some really good, like, aha moments for you guys that if you think there's the difference between the good girl and the bad girl, and the girl that does kiss on the first date and the girl that doesn't kiss on the first date.
Right.
All these things will come to light for you and you'll be like, that bitch, I knew it.
Right. Because that show is called The One That Got Away on Amazon Prime. It's a reality show. So it shows you how duplicitous women can be in certain situations when it comes to dating men. So a lot of y'all might think, oh, she's a good girl or she's a slut or whatever it is. But it's like, they're acting different ways based off of the guy that they're dealing with.
Right. She wants me to work for it, yet she's giving it away to somebody else.
Exactly.
2 seconds later.
Exactly. So that's what's up. Shout out to you, Joshua was popping. Appreciate you. And shout out to everybody else. Happy 4th of July. So now this next video that we have is like a voiceover and it has a woman in her kitchen, but it's talking about like reasons why or reasons of how men act when they fall in love. But a lot of it is just a bunch of sim shit. You feel what I'm saying? So let's watch this video. Check this out.
5 things that happen to a man when he falls in love. And I'm not making this up. 1, obsession. You're the only thing that matters. You're the only thing that goes on in his mind. We're the same as women. We're on your Instagram page. We're on your Facebook page. We're looking at pictures of you from 3 years ago, praying that we don't accidentally like them. 2, we can't stop talking about you. Guys don't like to gossip, so our friends hate it. We can't stop because you are all we think about. We are completely submersed in the thought of you. 3, we get butterflies all the time. When we see you, when we hear your voice, when we think about you. You make us nervous and excited. 4, we think about marrying you. We wonder what our home is going to look like, how many cars we're going to have, how many kids we're going to have, and how happy we might be together. 5, we get tunnel vision, and all we can see is you. When you walk into a room, nothing else matters. We could watch you eat those fries all night long. So when you ask for some of ours, of course the answer is going to be yes.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
I would really say
Jesus Christ.
Right. So Sean was like, make it stop. Yo, do you hear all the shit that he's talking in there? Yo, like he was like, listen, I'm obsessed with you. I'm looking at you on Instagram. I got butterflies in my stomach. We're the same as, see, he said we're the same as y'all. No women are not the same. And it's not the same thing. You see, this is what I was telling y'all about when motherfuckers start falling in love and doing all that goofy shit, is that when you fall in love and doing all that goofy shit, you remind the woman of a woman. You understand? It's like you're
and that's
doing
just what she wants to be dating herself.
Right. Right. And there's some crazy shit. So you gotta stop all this, man. Like I got tunnel vision. All I think is about is you. And understand this. Women like to hear that stuff. Don't get it twisted. They love to hear that stuff. Right now, the funny part is women want to hear that stuff from guys that they're actually interested in, that they are also feeling. They want to hear that. You understand what I'm saying? But they don't want to necessarily hear it from a guy they're not feeling. And even if they're feeling the guy, they don't want the guy to go overboard and start putting her on a pedestal, because as soon as that happens, it's a fucking wrap.
So, going back to the show, I feel like this is going to turn into this. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Talk about it.
So when you're talking about like she only wants to hear it from the guy she wants to hear it from. So there's a girl who a guy came from her, past or whatever, and he shows up and she doesn't have a clue who he is.
Right.
And he's like, oh, I follow you on Instagram.
Right.
And she's like, you can turn around and come back,
And
go back
home.
where you came from, right? Because that's gross and weird and creepy and whatever. And I said, unless the guy was an NBA player
or she was attracted to him or whatever.
Super
it was,
attractive and whatever. Because at that point, she would have been like, oh my God, I love that you showed up for me and we haven't met and that you're taking this chance and so on and so forth. So I think it's what she's attracted to is what she will accept, like, enjoy, et cetera, et cetera. But then there's a point where it's like overdoing it, right? Like I went out a couple times with this guy and every day it was like, good morning, beautiful, and my queen, and this, and this. And I was like, okay, I barely know you, and this is overkill. And it's really unattractive because it sounds so insincere that I'm just like, I can't.
Man, shout out to my dude K Zag and 20. What's going on? Said, do sound like a 12-year-old schoolboys. Jordan masculine little men don't act like that. That's facts. Shout out to Flame and Draggy. Send us Locario. You and April should react to simping old school R&B music and the lyrics. I know that'd be hilarious.
That would be fun.
Because they definitely that's all that shit was. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the thing, guys. You gotta understand, like, because even on that show, y'all guys definitely should have watched it, because we're about to spoil this shit. But anyway, there's so much shit that happened. But anyway, there was a scene where this guy wanted to kiss the girl, and she was like, "Oh, you got to work for it. I'm not like that. Blah 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 blah." And then she meets a new guy, and she literally kisses him as soon as she meets him.
She's like, "Can I get a kiss?"
Right. She basically begged this nigga or asked him for a kiss. So one dude, she was like, I'm not that type of girl. And then the other dude that she was interested in, she basically said, hey, can I kiss you? So this is what I've been wanting to tell you guys, man. This is why, see, all of this simping and all that other craziness, right? It doesn't do anything for you. And what happens is a lot of guys simp because they're listening to what women say they want, which is a guy who's going to shower them with gifts and praise and all that other stuff. But what happens is that when you do that, when you actually do it, that's when they're like, yo, this guy is the worst. Like, he's terrible. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm so not attracted to him. I can't put my finger on it, but he's just a weirdo. Like, what the hell is he doing all this extra shit for? So what happens is if you're just, a man who understands his value, you're doing your thing, you're talking to girls, you're making stuff happen, you don't have to simp. You can just tell a girl, hey, look, I'm interested in seeing you, talking to you, get shit cracking. Let's go to, get a drink. Let's talk. Let's hook up, whatever it is. You don't have to be groveling at her feet, acting like she's like, God's gift to you. And that's all because it was like, well, I am.
Well, I am, but.
So because he was like, we get obsessed. See, if a guy gets obsessed with a woman, that actually means that he's not on his shit. Because when the guy is talking about being on your purpose and all that, he's really not on his purpose if you're obsessed with a woman. You see what I'm saying? Because if you're obsessed with a woman, that means that you're taking time away from you and who you are and what you're trying to do, what you're trying to make happen. So if you're having tunnel vision, that means you're just looking at her in the sense of she's everything. You feel what I'm saying? So that's how that shit goes.
And
right?
I think that then this is what I always say. I mean, anytime we've talked about stuff like this, like I think it's so important that the man and the woman have a life outside of each other.
Right.
Like, I think that's probably like one of the biggest lessons I learned in my marriage was that I would always have a life outside of this person.
Right.
Because I think when you're consumed with one person and your world revolves around them, then that's where that becomes really unattractive.
Shout out to Miles in the building. Some lights up, people.
Don't make us play that weird song.
You want me to play that weird song?
I don't have time like that today.
Exactly. Let's go on to the next video real quick and see what. Oh, this is the worst. Hold on. Why am I fucking doing this shit? This one's the worst. Miles actually did a Bad Boy membership video on this guy, but this is like the full video, so you guys can see how heavy the simping is. It's so bad.
Tell y'all a secret? Huh? Can I? Not too much. Back up, gang. So I met this woman, and I've been seeing this woman for about, it's going on like 3 months now. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't think it gets no more woman than her. I mean, from head to toe, she's beautiful. She has a beautiful personality. She's very goofy. We match each other's energy. Nasty and goofy. And you know, at certain times when things need to get serious, we both know when it's time to get serious. We go days with talking. We talk all the time. She got me doing things I've never did with a woman before. And even when we go maybe a few hours without talking because both of us is busy, she always give me a phone call and just be like, you know, hey, I just wanted to hear your voice and I missed you. And it could be literally a 5-second. That's a beautiful queen right there, man.
Things about that.
Bruh.
That's just a beautiful queen right there.
Bruh. See, y'all talking about he trolling. No, these guys be dead serious.
No, JD is right. He's your gay male best girlfriend.
Yes. Yes.
Because even the background music was, whew, man, that shit's crazy. Exactly. Getting serious after 3 months. That's what I'm saying. This is guys. He's like, she did shit with me that I've never done before with a woman. So basically, he's like, she turned me out. You understand what I'm saying? She did some shit to turn me out. Like I was just minding my business, reading the Bible, and she came through and slutted me out and you know, did things I've never done before. That's crazy.
Talent.
That's crazy.
That's what
like
I'm saying.
And he's like, man, she's a hell of a woman. You know, like this, she's a queen. And after 3 months, and you know what the funny part is? Guys like this, when the girl starts playing them, when the girl starts falling back, when she's sort of not being, attentive or whatever, because he said, oh, we talk all the time. But then he said, we're busy. That was weird to me. I'm like, how the fuck you busy? I'm talking all the time. But he's like, yeah, we talking. And she hits me up just to say what's up, even for 5 minutes, yada, yada, yada. Right? And again, a lot of these dudes, they end up falling in love and wifing these chicks up and going crazy because they don't actually take time to look at themselves and their situation. You understand what I'm saying? He said, I should be getting wifed up after 30 days. Dimes won't wait 3 months, bro. Hilarious. Iceberg is just trolling.
Shame.
That Iceberg is definitely trolling on that one. Iceberg know better than that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yo, but that's what I'm saying. Like these guys out here, they're really serious about this shit. Like that was not a joke video. I'm telling you, that was not a joke video. Like that's normal to these guys. And what happens is that they end up, like, let's say, for example, this is usually what happens. Let's say, for example, that woman, they ended up getting together and becoming boyfriend and girlfriend, getting married and all this other shit, right? Usually what happens is because he came in simping, right? Over time, she's going to look at him funny style because he came in simping. So she's like, you know, you came in on this energy and I see you as this guy. So now that you've put me on this pedestal, I'm looking down at you like, why would you do this? You see what I'm saying? Because this is the thing. When a woman knows a guy is worth something, when he requires something of her, like he can't drop everything and make her everything all of a sudden, just like, oh my God, I met this girl yesterday. I'm so obsessed. I can't stop thinking about you. Oh my God, I was dreaming about you last night. I just had to text you. I wanted to say good morning, queen, and good night, queen. Like, that's crazy. You know, like have you had, didn't you say you went on a date with a guy and he tried to make you his girlfriend on the first date?
Oh yeah. I mean, it was crazy actually. And the funny thing was it took us a really long time to meet for the first date. Like I met him in the airport in Atlanta, which I would have to say the guys going through Atlanta airport are freaking the boldest guys I have ever encountered. And he was on his way to the NBA All-Star game.
Right.
And then I was traveling for work. He travels for work. It took us forever. I'm like probably 6 months before we actually met
on a date.
back in Atlanta, because we were both back in Atlanta at the same time. And we went out and we went to dinner and then we went to drinks at this bar.
Right.
And at this bar, he was like, you know, I really want you to be my girlfriend. And I was like, what? Like, I don't even know you like that.
Right.
And it took us 6 months to have one date.
Right.
So you want me to give up everybody else I got going on right now to commit to you?
What?
And I can only see you once every 6 months?
Are you saying that you're out here dating multiple men? Is that what we're talking about?
Yes.
Is this the, you know, the red pill guy's going to get you? They're going to be like, oh, you got hypergamous nature in you.
It's not a hypergamous nature. It's that variety is the spice of life.
I agree. But, you know, they think that, you know, he probably thought the whole 6 months he was only talking to you or you was only talking to him.
Oh, no, he knew.
He knew, and he still was like, yo, I want you to be my girl. That's what he said?
Yes.
On the first date?
Yes. But he
crazy.
like then wanted me to like clear my calendar.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, dude, like we can't even meet for a single date. Like, and I didn't live in Atlanta. I lived in Florida at the time.
Right.
And like, we just couldn't coordinate schedules. I'm like, I can't do it, you know? And then there was another person when I lived up here and we were out on our second date.
Right.
And he was like, I really want you to be my girlfriend. And I was like,
second date?
Second date. And I was like, I can't do that.
Wow.
You know, I mean, I like you. I think you're nice, blah, 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 whatever.
JD said you passed the 5-second vetting process. He was like, I just need a better for 5 seconds. I want you to be my girl. Oh my God.
But yeah, I was like, no, that will never happen. And it never happened. Like, I mean, we continued to hang out periodically, but you know, there were too many red flags as it was, that I was like, I'm just not prepared to like cut everybody off and be like tunnel vision.
Right. It's crazy, man. It's crazy how, you know, you got a lot of guys out here who they're just goofy with it, man. Like, imagine the reason why a guy wants a woman to be his girlfriend so quickly is because he's thirsty. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh. Really?
Wow, man. Don't even read. He's goofy. I have to cut his ass off.
Pimped out by Locario. Yeah. He's a great pimp.
Don't read that bullshit.
First of all, both of these situations happened long before I met him.
That's crazy.
I will say.
But no, April, you're supposed to be single for your whole life until we meet. That's basically what they want.
Yeah, but no. And these were my viewpoints long before we met, right? So I think understanding that
Lottery Guru said you misled him. Hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But, you know, I think, and again, I met these guys after I had been married. You know what I mean? So for me, I also knew what right looked like. I had a very good marriage, right? And a very amicable divorce. There was nothing like, I think the guy is a really good guy. We just were not on the same page anymore.
Right.
So I think when you know what a healthy like good relationship looks like, then you won't settle for something that is almost right, but not quite. Like I just wasn't interested.
Right.
So
that's facts. All right, so we got one last video. And let's see what this guy is saying here.
I get in some hot water anytime that I talk about the concept of going 50-50 financially in dating. And the thing is I don't go 50-50. And I don't believe in 50-50. I don't advocate for 50-50. Actually, I think I align a little bit with, there's a really popular dating coach named Matthew Hussey. And he says it like this. He says, if she doesn't offer to pay, she wasn't raised right. And if he doesn't pay, he wasn't raised right. I don't know if you guys agree or disagree with that, but I think that is something that I do align with in my heart somewhere, because I think it really shows the values of both parties, right? If you do have a job, if you do have the ability to pay, and then you offer, your offer scores massive brownie points. Even when I've been out on dates, if I have a woman who offers, who moves for her wallet, who goes to take it out, that shows me like, hey, that she wasn't just expecting this to happen. She doesn't just expect to get paid for when she goes out, right? So she has her own thing going. She's independent. She takes care of herself. That's great. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to reject this offer, and I'm going to say, no, I took you out. I'm paying for you. This is my treat, right? Because that's how I'm raised. I'm going to open the door for you. I'm going to pull out your chair. I'm going to push your chair back in. Like that's how I operate. Right? But I really do think that there is something to be said about a woman who is willing to pay.
Oh, this guy. He likes getting game ran on him. He's like, look, she can act like she's going to pay, but I'm going to pay for her. But I like that she's acting like it. Listen, if a woman's acting like she's gonna pay, she's gonna pay.
No.
I'm gonna be like, oh wait, so you want to pay? Cool, yeah, do your thing.
No.
Yes.
Okay. I will, especially if I'm not feeling the guy, I will always offer to pay for my part. Mm-hmm. But I will say, especially if I'm not feeling him, there is the reason that I have now disqualified you. Because if you take me up on that offer, I will not go out with you again. Right.
But see, that's the thing though, is that he's basically saying, I'm going to do this for you because you're a woman.
Right.
It's the same thing the guy said at the beginning, at the first video, where he's like, women don't pay for anything around me. So he's like, I don't believe in 50-50. I believe that because you are a woman, right, I'm going to pay for you. Now, do I think there's certain things that men can do that women don't need to do, or when women can do that men don't need? I definitely agree with that. The problem though is simping because I don't know you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know you. I just met you. So why do I have to pay for a woman that has done nothing for me but show up to the date? I showed up to the date too.
Right. No, I get it. I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
And can I share a little bit from our our first 2 dates?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So our first date, we met for a drink. He did pay. I'm sure I offered, but you paid.
Right.
Our second date started as a coffee at Starbucks. And like in the middle of the day, probably like 3, something like that, right? It was pouring rain.
Right.
And we met for a coffee. He got there first. He already had a coffee. I got there and bought my own coffee. And then we were sitting there shooting the shit. And I was like, do you like guacamole?
Right.
And he said, yeah. And I said, great. I know this place. Do you want to go get drinks and guacamole? And he was like, yeah. I said, super. We need to stop by my apartment because I paid for my Starbucks on my app and needed to get a credit card to go to get drinks and guacamole. And because I'm the one that brought it up, I paid for it.
Well, so I was going to make you pay for it anyway. So
okay, but no. But I would have expected that because I brought it up and said, hey, do you want to go here? Like, I was paying for it.
Right.
And I think that that's what most women, I'm not going to say most, some women are, how do I say this? Like, they want to make suggestions, but they don't want to be held accountable to the financial piece of it. And I totally like disagree with that. Like if I'm making the suggestion, then I think that that's on me.
No, I could agree with that. The only part is though is that see a lot of guys they'll say, because he even said, you know, Matthew Hussey was talking about, oh, you know, if she don't offer to pay, she wasn't raised right. And if he doesn't pay, then he wasn't raised right. So basically you're just setting up the dynamic where he's paying anyway and she's playing like she's paying. So that's why I said where you're setting yourself up to get played, because what happens is that your mentality is of a person who's been conditioned to think that he has to do it. So the thing is this, if you want to do it, that's cool. But if you think you have to do it, that's simping.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And then also too, how many women actually ask men out? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because a lot of times that's always the thing. They're like, well, whoever asks should pay, but men are 99% of the time asking the woman out.
Yeah.
So therefore that means the man has to pay. And if you feel like you have to, see, it's not even just the action, it's the feeling obligated that makes you a simp.
Right.
And so what I think this dude was doing in the video is that he feels like he's obligated to do it because he's been taught that he has 100%. To do it. Right. And that's what makes it simping.
Well, I mean, and he's even referencing somebody else who teaches that.
Right. Exactly.
So, you know, now he's in turn probably teaching that, which is really just prolonging this really kind of dysfunctional way of thinking.
Right.
Exactly. And men behaving.
That's facts. So guys, if you want to call the numbers 516-387-1224, 516-387-1224 is the number. So we're going to be in here another maybe 15 minutes and then we're going to head up out of here.
Wow, we're fast today.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We ain't going to be here too long. But yeah, if you guys want to call up. If you have a question, put a Q in the chat and we'll get to the questions. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you guys do that. So let me see. I think King Leak said, where do I send Locario videos to react to, and what's his opinion on the baby mom McDonald's situation? Yeah, so hit me up on Instagram. Just DM me on Instagram. And my Instagram is @RealMrLocario. But the McDonald's situation, again, like I talked about this on the Bad Boy Show. This is why you guys got to get on the Bad Boy Show.
Oh, yes. On the Patreon, people.
Hold on, we got some calls. Okay, we're going to get to 917 and then 718 in a second. So what it is this. That situation was that guy's fault for getting a woman pregnant that he knew was like that. So a lot of times guys don't have any discernment with who they give their seed to. You feel what I'm saying? And then so, you know, that's the type of shit that happens. So Locario, let's say the chick does pay. Do you think she'll get angry and fuck up the mood? No, well, that's the thing. If she does get angry and fuck up the mood, that's good, because then you see, okay, well, this is how you're going to be. So we're good. You understand what I'm saying? If that's the case, we're good.
I think it depends on like situation, right? Like if she's offered to pay half, if you're taking her up on a total offer, who was making the arrangement for the date, et cetera, et cetera. There shouldn't be like when we went to go get, you know, Mexican and drinks, I was not angry at all. Because I'm the one that said, hey, like I'm having a good time, but this like isn't a comfortable situation anymore. Sitting in a Starbucks, it wasn't good, but we knew we weren't ready to like end the date either. Right. So, you know, it was in my neighborhood and I was like, hey, I've got this place. Right.
So let me get to 917 and then 718. 917 was popping. Who this?
Hey, what's going on, Mr. Locario? I got the Bad Boy membership now.
That's what's up, my brother.
But did you donate?
Donate though.
Nah, bro, I'm struggling right now, bro.
Wait, your question better be damn good.
All right, giving you 60 seconds. Go ahead, ask the question.
What happened? I'll tell you what happened. I went on a date yesterday, and me and the girls talking. We chopping it up, and I said to her, like, we just talking. And out of nowhere, she tells me, like, I'm just to be transparent with you. I'm talking to a doctor. I'm like, deal with a doctor. And I was like, okay. And she asked me, oh, you deal with a lot of people? I was like, yeah, I've talked to a few people from the apps, but I guess. But I was just like, in my brain, I was like, where did that come from? And I cut the day short because I was like, okay, I have to take care of something. So I will drop you off. She said, okay.
Wait, so hold on.
I was just.
And where was the date?
So I got her. I picked her up.
And you went where?
we didn't get to go anywhere because when we were talking, I got from Washington Heights. And once we got to like 86th Street, we were just talking, and she just tells me that like
driving around in the car.
And so you brought her back to her crib.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Wait. So hold on. No, I got it because I'm confused. You said you picked the girl up, and she said that she has to go to the doctor.
No, she said she's dealing with a doctor.
She said she's like dating a doctor. Okay, so what they got to do with anything?
Like dating.
Okay, what they got to do with anything?
Yeah, I don't know. We just did, but I just felt like okay, but before the date, she made it seem like everything flows right before the date. So when I got her, I was like, okay, let me just take you home. But I just felt like I felt a little bit weirded out by the situation.
So wait, how did this conversation occur where you found out she was dating a doctor?
We just talking about mad stuff. I know you be saying those two girl problems, but we just talk about mad stuff. So I was like, okay, no problem. And we just talk about mad stuff.
Because I feel like basically what she was doing was letting you know, I'm dealing with the doctor who's treating me like this and giving me this and spending this. So this is your competition.
Well, that's the thing. You shouldn't care. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, like, I wouldn't even entertain that because basically what she was saying is she doesn't have high interest in you. She's dealing with the doctor.
So,
in my opinion,
because I want to know how the conversation went because. So y'all were just talking and shooting the shit, and then y'all got into a conversation about who y'all are dating.
We talk about mad random stuff, and she just mentioned like something about she said she'd been divorced. Like I didn't ask her. She told me she'd been divorced and stuff like that. I was like, okay, no problem. And she told me that out of nowhere, like I'm told about my situation, like yeah, I'm just single, chilling, having fun. And she just tells me out of nowhere, like, hey, I'm dealing with a doctor right now, just to be transparent with you. I was like, okay, no problem. I could tell. I felt like the energy shifted at that very moment. So that I was thinking about like go to the spot where I was like, you know, I just take you home.
So wait, because this is the part I'm confused about. What did her say she's dating a doctor have to do with anything though?
Like we just talk about. Like she just mentioned like she'd been married before. She got out of the relationship maybe 4 months ago. She was just talking. So I was like,
okay. So did your energy shift?
Yeah, I think.
Did your energy shift?
His energy shift.
Because she was talking about dating other people and being divorced.
Nah, I didn't mind the whole divorce thing. When she said the doctor thing, she didn't continue talking. She just stopped. So I was like, okay.
So why did that become an issue?
So I would have been like, and
right? Why did that become an issue?
I don't know why she brought it up. It felt like
no. This is what I'm asking you. What I'm asking you is why is it an issue that she brought up she's dating some doctor? Why is that an issue for you?
Well, in the beginning of the date, I tried to give like a hug, and I felt like a little bit resistant about the hug. So I was like, okay, no problem. So then when she put the doctor thing up, and she didn't have a follow up, I was like, okay, I guess that's a sign that.
But was her follow up? And are you dating other people too?
I was like, yeah, I talked to a few. I said, yeah, I deal with people from the apps and stuff like that. I didn't want to be like, oh yeah.
What I'm saying is, did she follow up when she said, hey, I'm seeing a doctor, I'm dating a doctor, and you were like, okay, and then was her follow up question, are you dating other people too?
Yeah.
Okay, so she had a follow-up.
Yeah, so then what's the issue?
So the energy shift was either you had an issue that she's dating a doctor or brought up somebody that she's dating.
Right.
And her energy shift, if there was one, was the fact that maybe she expected you to say, no, I'm not dating anybody else.
No, not even that. I think the energy shift came from him, though. Like the fact that he felt some type of way that she said she's dating a doctor, that's the main reason why he brought her back.
Right? I didn't feel anything. I just felt like, okay, I just felt in a break in my moment. I was like, why didn't
you just say that?
Hold on. Let me ask you this. So then what did you do once she said that? You just turned the car around and didn't tell anything and just dropped her back off?
Nah, I was just like I just felt like she just stopped talking. So, so it was just like when she was talking for like maybe 10 minutes straight. Then when she said that doctor's comment and she asked me, I told her, yeah, there were a few people. She stopped talking.
Okay.
So I was like, okay.
So my question is, at what point did you tell her you're bringing her back home?
Like maybe 2-3 minutes after she stopped talking. So she was just.
So you said I'm turning the car around. Hold on. So you said I'm turning the car around and bringing you back?
I said, yeah. I said, you seem like you. I said, I go figure something out tonight. I'll just take you home. She's like, okay, no problem.
And that was it. And she didn't say why. So she didn't ask you why.
She didn't say why. Why? And we kept talking about other stuff, like out like my job and her job, but it did seem like at that very moment I knew like, okay, and he shifted. Like I felt it. And when she left,
fine.
But my thing is, I don't understand why he gives a fuck.
Well, here's the thing.
It's not that
in
hair fuck.
hindsight,
I met the girl yesterday on the app. I was just a little bit confused. Like, okay, like I said, is there a whole? Because when I tried to give her a hug, she didn't give me she didn't reciprocate.
That's what I was going to say. In hindsight, I would have been like,
so I
listen, I don't really think you're feeling it.
Right. At what point did she not give you the hug? That's when you first went to see her?
Before she got in the car.
That was very the beginning.
Okay, so then you should have ended it there then.
Right. But I think, okay.
Why I ended there though?
Because if she's not hugging you, why you want to be with a chick that don't want to hug you?
Yeah, but I guess in my brain, I was like, okay, maybe in my brain, yeah, I guess I could see that part, but I just felt like, okay.
In my brain, this girl doesn't hug on the first date.
Right. So now you got rid of her because she was dating a doctor, but you didn't get rid of her because she wouldn't hug you. How does that make sense?
Nah, it wasn't about the doctor. It wasn't about the doctor. She just said it. She just said out of nowhere. It wasn't about the doctor. I was just like, okay, this girl, at that very moment, I said, okay, this is like 2 strikes. She doesn't really want to be here. That's how I felt. She didn't want to be here. It was like, okay, this is more confirmation that she doesn't want to be here. It wasn't a doctor.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't a doctor thing or a lawyer thing.
Right.
Like,
so where were you going to take this girl?
Right.
I was like, okay, get a drink. Like, I was going to get a drink here.
So you had money to take her to get a drink, but you don't have money to donate? Because, darling, you live in New York City. That drink was going to cost you $36 plus a tip.
That's fact. So you didn't take her on a drink, so you can use that money to donate.
$36, $18 a drink plus a tip.
Exactly. But caller, stop. Listen. Caller. Let me tell you something.
But you were going out with her yesterday.
Stop worrying about what. Stop worrying about
cheap
women.
Motherfucker.
Stop worrying about women who are fucking with other dudes, because that's really the issue. Because you kept fucking with her even though she didn't hug you, but then the minute she said she was fucking with another dude, that's when you felt some type of way.
And the link to donate is at the top of the page, so we'll take your donation after the fact.
My brain, I was like, I don't want to be too rigid. That's how I felt. I don't want to be too rigid.
Caller. No, let me tell you something. I'm telling you what it is. You don't like the fact that she's fucking with another dude, and then on top of that, you don't like the fact that he's a doctor that she's fucking with. That's all. That's really what the issue is. Yes,
I didn't care about that. I didn't want to be too rigid, because when she got a car, it did. I was like, whatever. It's
not about being rigid. It's about having a standard for yourself. What do you find acceptable? Is that acceptable?
Yeah, I can see that.
Like that. It's like, listen, my favorite line that Locario says, if a girl will not kiss him on the first date, and she's like, oh, sorry, I don't kiss on the first date. Right. And his thing he says is, then there just won't be a second date.
Right. Exactly. So the fact that you see, what happened was this: you let her continue to deal with you when she showed you disrespect with the hug.
Totally.
And then what happens is you did that because
how that disrespect. I'm trying to figure out how that disrespectful. She has a standard. I have a standard.
No. But this is what I'm saying. Your standard is you cannot hug me and I'm okay with it, but you can't be fucking with other niggas while I'm dating you. That's what your standard is. You see what I'm saying? That's the issue, because what I'm saying is that's the thing that made you say, okay, yeah, let me not fuck with this girl anymore. Because actually, her saying she's dating a doctor is not even, like, her not hugging you is worse than her dating the doctor.
Yeah.
So you see what I'm saying?
Because what that means is she's not going to treat you the same way. Because I guarantee you, she fucking hugged the doctor.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that
I just felt in a moment that, okay, the girl's not. It was further confirmation that this girl doesn't want to be here.
Okay.
That's how I took it.
What are you doing today?
Nothing.
Great. You need to watch Game Kings.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really watch it. It's so good.
That's facts.
Before you do anything, before you make another date, anything, you have got to watch Game Kings. It'll be the best 2.5 hours of your life.
Exactly. So caller, check that out, and we will holler at you later, my brother.
And the link to donate is at the top of the page.
Yeah, stop worrying about these chicks.
I'll go donate for Miles' show tomorrow.
All right, bro. This guy, he's like, all right, let's go to 678. 678, what's popping? Who this?
Hey, I got credits for you in April.
Did you donate? I got a question for you.
I donated $1.
You are why?
They just.
I'm gonna give you my Cash App.
They just disrespect the game. But go ahead, real quick. Go ahead. What's the question?
2 questions for April. What is your pet peeve in dating?
So what's your pet peeve?
People that are too needy.
Too needy?
Okay, what's the second question?
Yeah,
He only gets one question. He only donated $1.
That's true. No question. Ms. Locario, where I can find how to get $10 on dates. Like I spend $10 on dates.
That's on the Bad Boy membership, brother. So you're gonna have to invest more than $1. So
And I also just saw a TikTok.
Right. So go to badboymembership.com and you can get that shit cracking. I appreciate the call. Let's go to 718. 718, what's popping? Who this?
Locario, April is Moses, man. I donated.
Moses.
How y'all doing?
What up? What's going on with you?
Yeah, and man, listen, I'm gonna say this small thing, and I'm gonna get to my question. Like from that first caller, I remember that a similar situation like that happened to me, but at the same time, I was able to check the woman on that, and then the woman end up liking me for that. Mm-hmm. So here's my question. My question is this: I was like Locario. You obviously, I'm out here, talking to women. So I was at a spot, and then there was a chick who she had her girlfriend. So what happened was, I approached her. I introduced myself to both of them. But even though I wanted that chick, not her girlfriend, because her girlfriend don't, not even my type. But her girlfriend was kind of cock blocking a little bit, saying that no, she can't talk to men, this, that, etc., etc. So I try to, kept it going a little bit, but it seemed like it was a little too hard. So I was like, okay. So I left it. I kind of left that table, but her friend was kind of looking down, like, damn. I could tell like she wanted to give me her number and probably make things happen, but her friend was messing the situation up. So to keep it short, as I went somewhere else to holler at chicks, she for some reason she happened to meet her girlfriend to come to the bathroom. I'm happy to stand by the bathroom, and then I happened to get her number there. So and then what's your thoughts on that? Do you think that was a bad move?
No. I think it's fine. I mean, listen, if the girl wanted to give you her number, she figured out a way to do it. And you figured out a place to put yourself in a situation where her girlfriend wasn't there to be cock blocking.
Listen, if a chick wants you for real, ain't no woman could cock block her. She'll find a way. You just be like, yo, listen, take my number down real quick. And like she'll fight her girlfriend off.
Yeah, I'd be like, no, like you need to chill because I'm trying to make this happen.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's crazy on that. Before we stepped to the other spot, right? Before she left her girlfriend to go use the bathroom, in the midst of her girlfriend cock blocking, her girlfriend said, "Okay, if you take his number down, if she takes my number down, then." She better block my number the next day. I'm looking at her like, wow.
Bro, don't concern yourself.
Yeah, don't worry about the friends.
All the bullshit. If a girl wants to get at you,
yeah, but I'm like, I ain't worried.
She gonna get at you. So all that other extra shit. Like me and April was at this restaurant. Remember the girl, she was leaving and she wrote her number down to come all the way back to give the bartender. You know what I'm saying? So she fucking was stalling. Yep. Waiting for the bartender to get back, all this other shit. She was basically like, I'm not leaving until I get this motherfucker.
And her friends were like, we'll be outside down the block.
Exactly.
And they left and she was waiting. She was slowly putting on her stuff. And then the bartender walked back in and she was like, oh, hey, blah, 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 blah. And gave him her number on a napkin.
Exactly. So that's what when the chick wants it, she gonna make it happen, man. But I appreciate the call, my brother. All right, people, that's pretty much it. That is a wrap. Oh, I think somebody else had a question in the queue real quick. Let's go to some of these questions. So he said, how do I overcome porn / tricking addiction and approach women with confidence the right way.
Get on the bad boy membership before the price goes up.
Facts. You know what's funny? These dudes be talking about I'm tricking, I'm simping, I'm taking all these girls out, but then for some reason they ain't got no money to improve their shit. I'm like, how?
I mean, listen, do you know how much money you would save by investing in yourself?
Exactly.
How much money, how much heartache, how much, bad dates, bad girls that don't deserve you, quite honestly.
Right.
And instead, you're like, you don't have a standard for yourself. You haven't figured out what you wanted yet. So you don't hold a girl accountable to what you want. Like, that's just crazy to me.
That's facts. That's real shit. So next we got Simps Locario. Do you have a show tonight? So Miles is going to do the show tonight. I'm not going to be doing the show tonight because me and April got an event we got to go to. So Miles will be there making it happen.
We're watching fireworks on a rooftop.
Yeah. So
in case anybody wants to come.
How do you stop this kind of mentality? Being a simp about bad boy membership, does it include the new masculine thing that Miles? So the masculine identity membership is a whole different thing that Miles is doing. That's going to be coming out soon. So once that's out, you'll definitely, you guys will definitely hear from it and get that shit cracking. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. We're done. Anything else you want to say before we wrap it up?
Oh, I mean, happy 4th of July.
Facts.
America, land of the free, home of the simp.
That's facts.
Till you pay your $97 and learn how to not be a simp.
He said if a girl really wants you, she'll actually make moves too. Yeah, sometimes she would. Sometimes that's all we was asking that guy on the show yesterday in the Real Game No Theory show. He was like, yo, girls just come up to me. So I'm like, so what are the things that they're doing? You feel what I'm saying? So if a girl's not really coming up to you to make it happen for real, then that's not, anything that you need to take seriously. And then what happens is that usually for most guys, that doesn't happen often. So what will happen is that once in a blue, you might be around and a girl is feeling you that much because you're her exact type of, the way you look, the way you dress, your energy. She's like, oh, this guy looks like the type of guy I really want to fuck with. And then so because she wants you that bad, she's going to put herself either in your, vicinity to try to get you to approach her. Or if she realizes you're not approaching her, then she's like, fuck it, I just got to go do what I got to do. And then she'll go and, try to make it happen. You see what I'm saying?
But I think it's like that when on our second date when we were at Starbucks, right?
Right.
I wasn't ready for the date to be over. And so then, if you want to call that making the move.
It was like, hey, I need you to, I want to spend more time with you. Let's go to eat. Shit. I'm like, hey, you paying? I'm good. Let's make it happen.
But I don't even think we talked about the fact that I was paying.
Oh no, you were gonna pay anyway.
No, but I mean, but you knew that because I was like, hey, I need to stop at my apartment and get my
money.
wallet.
That's what I'm saying.
So.
Right. So if you didn't say that, I'd have been like, yeah, we could do this if you're paying.
Stop it. This guy. Okay. Locario. Locario. You like.
What happened? He's spelling it wrong.
There's another Lucario.
Because
Okay.
you know what it is a Pokemon named Lucario. I think.
Oh my God. Okay. Concac. Concac. It's a documentary.
So
the Game Kings documentary.
That movie she made in Flashdance? What are you talking about? That's an old ass movie. I don't know what happened.
Well, yeah. I mean, is that? Oh, I don't remember that. I only remember the water getting splashed on her on the chair.
I can't even remember nothing that happened. I just saw the first Top Gun the other day, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" But the second one was
second one was amazing.
Second one was fire.
Okay, so Concac. It's a documentary called Game Kings. I put the link in. You can buy just Game Kings, or you can get on the Bad Boy membership for the same price. Get all the membership programs plus access to Game Kings.
Exactly.
So
that's facts. All right, people. So we are out of here, and we will holler at y'all later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. We gone. We out. When it comes to being a man, it's about being that rock. It's about being stable.
So first, you're going to have to find discipline within yourself. Do you have that type of discipline? Do you even have the heart to be ruthless?
Women need leadership. It is in their nature to seek out leadership.
You know, you can't do it 99 because all that's part of a man. You got to do it 100.
Apparently, these women out here having sex with somebody. Apparently, they're getting pregnant with somebody. Shoot, somebody getting some.
You should look at something like hypergamy and allow it to inspire you to always be evolving, getting better, expanding, developing.
There are things you know, there are things you don't know. Then there are things you don't know you don't even know.
There can be 10 of us in one room, and there's one question, and there's 10 correct answers.